Hey there guys, Portal Master here, and in today's video we are going to be taking a look at the brand new update for Skylanders Ring of Heroes. Now this may be debatably the largest update that we've had to this game since the soft launch in Canada and Australia. I won't say that for sure, but to me it definitely seems like it because there's a lot of new content that was added to this and we're going to be breaking it all down. It's actually so big that they felt the need to include two separate patch notes, which is actually kind of insane. So yeah, as you can see, there's two separate patch notes. The first one is this Danger in Darkness Nightfall episode thing, and there is a lot of basically graphics that we'll take a look at in a minute, and we'll just kind of fly through that because we're actually just going to be looking at the actual Nightfall episode and taking a look at that and seeing what's new there. I haven't actually even looked at it, so the tutorial screens will still pop up, assuming there are tutorial screens, so we'll find that out together. This first little text-based patch notes is the first thing that I want to talk about. So it says two new Skylanders join the squad, Blastermind and Nightfall. Blastermind is a magic element Nat 5, and then you have Nightfall, who is a dark element Nat 4. Now it says that they can be acquired with summons and swap scrolls, but can't be acquired with selection scrolls and points rewards. So if that means anything to you, cool. It's not terribly important to me. It also says that they won't be available in tutorial summons, so what I'm assuming that means is that you won't be able to re-roll when you're first starting the game to get Nightfall or Blastermind, so basically there's no point in going back and trying to re-roll for one of these guys now. You won't even be able to get them. It also says new episode dungeon, Story of Nightfall. This is basically the story dungeon I was telling you about with those graphics. We'll take a look at that here in a moment. It's not time to get to that because that's going to take the majority of the episode, so I don't want to delve into that yet. It says energy on sale. So as per the previous notice on energy, they will have a 50% discount on energy, and that will continue until further notice. So it's basically going to be a permanent half-off thing on the energy. That is a huge fix to the energy system. That is going to make energy refills, well, obviously half as expensive, but that fixes a major issue that a lot of players had with this game, including myself. So that is great to hear. Additionally, we have a lot of skill adjustments on 4-star and 5-star Skylanders. We're not going to take a look at that in this video. If you are curious, these patch notes are fully available in the app. You just go into the events tab and there they are. So if you want to look at all the subtle nuances, I mean, you could just pause the video, but you can go and take a look for yourself. And then here we have a few other tweaks that they've made to a couple of characters: High Volt, Food Fight, Crusher, Sprocket, Pop Fizz, Aurora, Nightlight, Tri-Tip, Mysticat, and Astro Blast. None of them are quite as, I would say meta-breaking or meta-defining as the nerf to Boomer and Whamshell. It's not like that. They're definitely tweaks, but I don't think that it's going to be as noticeable to free-to-play players, as many of these characters are actually not even free-to-play units. Many of these characters are the Nat 4s, the Nat 5s. We've got a couple Nat 3s in here, like Food Fight. I can't honestly, I think High Volt's a Nat 3. Somehow I'm blanking on what High Volt is naturally, but yeah, anyway. You guys can also look at that. So they've revamped the guild shop. They've added new soulstone packs, and they basically just a few tweaks there. You can read that in the table. They have changed out a few of the rewards for the Mirage Tower, which is what's represented in this thing right here. So they've changed some of the swap scrolls for better stuff, basically. So this is actually a buff to the Mirage Tower. So I am greatly appreciative of this because while the Mirage Tower does have strong rewards, some of the rewards are just basically complete jokes, and this gets rid of most of the joke rewards by getting rid of those normal swap scrolls, upgrading them to premium and rare, and then just upgrading them all around. Additionally, it says increased gold for selling runes, but not 1-star and 6-star runes, which is probably okay because, let's be honest, probably none of us really sold that many 1 or 6-star runes, so it's a boost to pretty much everyone except for, I guess, the super noobs and the super late game people with tons of 1-stars and tons of 6-star runes, so it's overall a pretty positive change. It also says, and this is the cool part to me, they have slightly raised the chances of acquiring a 5-star rune at the 6th and 7th floor, or sorry, the 6th floor of the Wailing Labyrinth and the 7th floor of the Beast Labyrinth. That's a huge buff. I mean, it's a slight buff, you know, technically speaking, but in reality, it's actually a really big change, and it's really positive that they're doing this, so I'm really glad that they're upping those drop rates. Additionally, they have increased gold for clearing a stage in hard mode, and they have also increased the amount of gold you can get for the 3rd through 5th floor of the Cave of Gold. So that's also a huge buff. I don't really need more gold, but I'm getting more gold anyway, and so are you guys, so that's pretty cool. It also says that you are getting basically more out of the weekly missions. The first reward for like completing, I think it was half of the weekly missions, you would get a normal ticket. Now you get 300 gems. That's an upgrade right there. And additionally, you no longer get 250 gems for completing all of them. You now get an ultra premium ticket. That's actually a huge upgrade because basically the normal ticket is worth 100 gems. Now you're getting 300 gems. The 250 gems now to an ultra premium ticket, which would normally cost 800 gems. So that's a huge bonus right there. I'm very glad they've made that change. It's going to be a huge boost every single week, getting that extra ultra premium summons worth of value. That's pretty good. So also you've got a couple new packs for Nightfall and Blastermind and just a few other minor changes. So I'm actually not going to go to that other graphic, the one talking about Nightfall and Blastermind's dungeon, and instead we're just going to go into the dungeon right now. So the way you do it is you just go into challenges, if it'll click, and there you go. Episode Dungeon, Story of a Skylander. The dungeon ends in 13 days, so it is a sort of a limited time trial, if you will. So we're going to go in, and we'll just read through this. Portal Master, we recognize all the hard work you've done to protect Skylands. You must be busy, but I think it is also important for you to take a step back and look around a bit. Have you ever wondered what stories about each Skylanders have? Why don't we hear one out right now? Let's go on an adventure with a specific Skylander. You can gather points during the event period and exchange them for various rewards. Those Skylanders related to the story will gain boosts, so try to take them along. The exchange shop will operate even after the dungeon closes, but try to exchange as soon as possible. Curious about the story? Let's check out the dungeon now. So in case you can't see, you do basically get a reward if you use either Nightfall, Stormblade, Spitfire, and Blastermind. So those are all Nat 5s except Nightfall. So it's a little unfortunate that they're all Nat 5s, but I get the feeling that that was on purpose. Just somehow get the feeling that it was on purpose, that they're all 5-star characters. Anyway, let's go check out the dungeon now, as Hugo says. So we'll click enter. Each episode dungeon consists of standard stages and story stages. You can complete a story stage only with designated Skylanders. Shall we enter the story stage? So we'll enter in, and you're experiencing the story of a Skylander. After clearing the stage, you can use a team of your own choice to clear again. During the story stage, you will control a preset team. Skylanders who are related to the stage will become stronger than usual and shine in the slots of the Skylander tab. So we basically just have these guys. We have basically Spitfire and Nightfall at level 20. So this is kind of interesting. I'm curious how this is going to work. We can't actually put in anyone else, so I guess we'll just start on into this and we'll see what happens. I'm kind of curious what's going on now. So we need to hurry, Portal Master. I'm sure you're aware of what's going on with the villains. Ooh, I can't wait to drive my feather blades into their skulls and stick them straight up there. Pipe down, Storm. We need to find the baddies quickly, but your blabbering is driving them away. Not to mention the actual things you say, too. Who on earth is making all that ruckus? Can't you see I ain't feeling so hot over here? Didn't think you'd come by yourself. We heard you guys were causing trouble, so here we are. Now be a good little villain and surrender quickly, otherwise I might have to heat things up a bit, if you know what I mean. It's this guy. He's the one that was complaining about the noise. Don't go passing the buck like that. See? He's yelling now too. Just shut up. Ooh, that's a little scary. That's a scary little lobgoblin right there. He just went crazy mode all of a sudden. Heat things up a bit, huh? What a wonderful way to put it. It perfectly describes how I feel this very moment. Oh man, this guy's dangerous, real dangerous. Would it kill you to keep your mouth shut? Don't go putting it all on Spitfire, Stormblade. Oh, this is probably going to be Blastermind, I'm willing to bet. Oh no, it's Nightfall. Fire which fades away into the deep dark. This is a lot of text, so sorry for not reading it all. This is actually a lot more text than I thought it would be. Okay, so that's basically it, and now we can actually go and do this stuff. So we are on auto. I'm going to actually take it off auto because I don't have either of these. I mean, I obviously don't have Nightfall, but I also don't have Spitfire, and I'm not really terribly familiar with his moves. So we're going to find out, you know, how everything works right now. I guess we'll use, okay, so she has two abilities. Her first is Handy Hooks. The second is Bad Hair Day. So they're both single target damaging abilities. Let's see. I don't have time to read through all this stuff, and I definitely don't know what Spitfire's does. Okay. We're gonna keep going. Sorry if you keep seeing cuts. I'm having some allergy issues. I keep sneezing. I don't want to leave those in. Whoops. Don't hit that button. I guess just load up on these single target attacks. This is fairly easy, but I'm assuming that the difficulty ramps up. I'm just kind of curious. I'm a little confused on this, so we'll see how it works. We'll see if we can't figure out kind of the concept here. I'm just going to speed through this. You can obviously pause it if you need to, but it's going to take a long time if we try to read all the text. So okay, so we cleared the mission, and both those guys were level 20. We got 200 of these coins, and I'm not sure what these coins actually do, but we also got an additional 15 for actually clearing it. So I'm going to click exit, and I'm going to see what this takes us back out to sea. So now it looks like there are 7 of these things, and so the episode dungeon is just these 7 things. So there is an easy and there is a normal. And it looks like the rewards for clearing easy is 100 energy, 20 nightfalls, and then 100 gems. And then on normal, we get 50,000 gold, 30 nightfalls, and 200 gems. So there's a potential to earn 50 nightfalls, which is enough to summon nightfall, which is cool. So if we back out, we can see that there are missions, it looks like, too. And we get rewards for clearing each of these stages, basically. And so let's see what else we've got. There's also rewards for collecting dark stones, and interesting. There's all kinds of rewards that we'll have to take a look at. And of course we've got the exchange shop, which is what we actually use these coins for. This is actually a good deal right here. Look at that. 400 of those gems, or 400 of those coins, will let you buy 40 nightfalls. So that's 160 nightfalls right there, on top of the 50 you can get from the missions. So that's 210 nightfalls right there. That's actually a lot of nightfalls. That is pretty good. And you've got all this ore too, and that's actually huge right there too. The upgrade stones, that is an amazing deal right there. Upgrade stones are currently super hard to get, so there are a lot of good rewards that are going to be available in this event. So I'm gonna have to start grinding this thing. So I'm gonna go real quick. I'm gonna go to the second one, and it looks like, okay, so once we clear the first mission, then we can use whatever characters we want. See, that's where I was confused on. And so it just looks like that first time, you're just basically kind of forced to use Spitfire and Nightfall, but after that you can use whoever, and it's basically just designed to demo the characters before you actually are allowed to use your own things. So it makes complete sense now, and I think that's just about it for today's episode. Like I said, obviously this update does add a whole lot of stuff. If any new stuff comes out in relation to this, or I want to show any particular things related to this event, episode, dungeon, whatever you want to say, I will definitely do a video on it and update you guys on it. I still have a lot of cool new content coming for this. I've just been super behind, so stay tuned for more stuff coming soon. That's all for now. This has been Portal Master. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and shout out to all my patrons on Patreon, especially Cosmic Dragon Gaming and Portal Power TV. See you guys next time.